Hi everyone, it's Mardi. For anybody that's new, I am a woman of a teen trans experience that started in 1977 when I was 15. And I'm going to be talking today about the inner child work that I've been doing for the last 30 years. And a new piece has come up. And and when I'm taping this, it is 2021 holiday season, and we just got finished Christmas and Boxing Day in Canada. And yeah, I was not feeling it. I was not feeling it. How have you guys have yeah, how have you been doing? How did you get through the holiday season? Let me know down in the comments because it was really rough for me. It really hit me this year. I've I've been really quiet. Graham and I have been really quiet around here, and we're in the safe, tucked away space. And it's like I can't like not look at my stuff. Like I feel like I'm in a place of privilege today because I don't have to like. Well, I'm retired. I guess you know that's the goal, right? Is to be able to retire and to be able to reflect and sit back and, heal and do what you needed to do. You know what I mean? It's basically closure, right? I'm circling the drain here. That's what they call it here in Qualicum Beach. It's like we're the oldest demographic of Canada. Anyways, I'm in a safe spot. Here I'm qualifying. It's like me a little bit of survivor's guilt here. But I'm in a place of privilege that I can actually um, do this deeper work that I never would have been able to before because um, you know and a privilege I mean like being with a partner that is supportive and lets me go through what I need to go through, lets me fall on my face and eat some humble pie and grow. Like that's the reason why we're brought together with each other type of thing. That's what we believe too, is just to continue and grow as sentient beings. And we're Buddhists, and that's what it's like. We're in relationships to grow, right? But it's been so exhausting, so intense, because I've never been this far into a relationship before, ever. I've always bailed. Like, I think I'm over a year ahead of any record. I think my record was 4 years to stay with somebody in my whole life. Um, so, we're getting to the goodies. We're getting to the goodies inside, right? And it's always for me lately. It all comes down to the hurt child within. And I've been on TikTok for about 10 months. I took time off of YouTube for about 6 months. And so I've been really connecting with the younger generation there and all of these amazing, like I'm talking anybody under 40 type of thing. And even, even, even young kids that are living with their parents and stuff and parents are reaching out to me and stuff too. So, I, I'm seeing the successes that, Tiggy and I and all of us, when we were young, it was just survival. Like we didn't even think that it would get this far, this fast, right? Like it's pretty wild. We were so marginalized, like, you know, we thought we were predestined to be on the streets or SW workers or stuff like that, right? So it was only when I came in recovery at 29 that I started realizing that through other people in recovery and teachers and counselors and stuff that told me that I had, it's like it's very common for us to have such low self-esteem if we were like abused so young and having to work, do SW work and survival work, right? So it's um it's what I'm trying to say. It's just been a really a blessing that these last 30 years of my life have been about, figuring out how to heal what was done in those first 29 years and also to figure out how to navigate my transness in a world that told us that we had to be stealth when I was growing up, to this point now where there's these kids and yeah, well, I hate saying it, but it's like the younger people that are living loud and proud, and you don't have to like pick a lane, and you could, and there's all this, there's names for everything and all these different things that I was wondering about when I was a kid, but it's like I never even thought that I could even like, like non-binary, all that stuff, because Tig and I used to play with gender fluck. It's just it it rhymes with fleck, right? Gender fleck, we used to call it, and I've talked about it in different topics on here. But um, so what I'm getting at is that there's all of this freedom to do that, and it's so bittersweet for an older person. I'm turning 60 next week, well, January 9th, and I get to see all the stuff that we couldn't do, and I'm celebrating, and I have been since I've been on social media for like about 5, 6 years, with Laverne Cox, with all these people that are pushing boundaries and um, in education and awakenings, and writing documentaries on, the history of like transphobias and stuff, like with that documentary that Laverne did on disclosure about in film and trans, and it makes shows how transphobic everything was, right? And how we're portrayed, and why all the propaganda that came out basically was to make us like look like it was a crying game, or it was like, um, it was like Tu Wong Fu, or you know what I mean, like it was just not real. um, it was And now we're getting real with all the different avenues of it. So it's bittersweet because I see all of these people doing all the stuff that Tiggy and I could not do, and and um, and I've got survivor's guilt around it, and I also have guilt around being angry. It's like, and I had to do some work with my sponsor and stuff, and I realized that it was my inner child, and I needed to voice that disappointment, and that, it's not fair, and crying about, not being able to go to school, and and do what I wanted to do, like follow my dreams. It's like I had to, like, go into this martial art stuff, and and uh, and it's and even when I got clean and sober, I had to, go into, treatment centers for women because I was abused as a woman out there, but I was still pre-op. But it's like I was, it's like it doesn't matter. It's like I had to heal with the women, right? And it makes me, but the thing is that um, I could not be authentic to the tips of my toes like everybody else was doing in those healing circles every day in the treatment centers. And I talked about that in my last video, or maybe it was on TikTok, I don't know, but I talked about my recovery journey again just a little while ago. And I talked about how in that treatment center, um, um, I they were saying, like, if we're not completely honest with ourselves, that, we'll go out and use, and, for to use for me to use then for me was to die, right? And so I went to my counselor and I told her, um, oh, it's like, I've got this anomaly, and then she's going, what is it? And I said, well, I'm intersex. And it's like, I used to lie about saying that I was intersex. It was crazy. And I've said this before, and I don't know if I just said this on here or on TikTok, but I did like something a little while ago, or maybe it was on an interview. I don't remember. But the long and short of it is that I wasn't even able to just have an authentic healing experience in recovery. It's like I had to um, be always have it cloaked around this uh, uh, fear. It was always this fear was cloaked around, and a healthy fear, because you didn't know who would lose their shit and stuff. And we see today, people with women's spaces and trans stuff. Like, God, if I was like pre-op today, And it's like in trying to get services, and in these trans exclusionary radical feminists are telling us that we can't like heal as in women's spaces. It's pretty scary. Oh good, I got a little bit more time. So anyways, so yeah, so I'm grieving all that, like, and I'm giving it voice, and I'm crying about that. I've never gone so deep with this, and I'm integrating it into um the lens of how I see things, because before it was just these emotions that would pull me into things. And you know like somebody said on Sonic Love, she said, I love that trans girl. She said, don't let your inner child make your grown-up decisions, right? And I feel like that's what it's been doing, and making my life miserable in relationships all the time, like always wanting to run, always coming from that place of hurt, and leaving, or destroying everything around me, right? So so yeah, that's what I'm learning right now. It's really intense. It's great. It's exhausting. I'm allowing myself to just sleep in when I need to. I need to just and stop with the guilt about it. Um, and it all started with taking that time off 6 months ago from YouTube. And I want to thank you all for walking with me on my journey and my healing. And I know that a lot of us are going through that inner child work and tapping in on that stuff. And that's why I'm doing that meditations on Wednesdays on YouTube again. But I'm doing it on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And I'm going to do another inner child uh, meditation. And we're going to always start with the dazzling light to to purify ourselves and to ground us fully and stuff. So because I need that connection. And until I can sit with a bunch of people in a circle in a yoga studio or something like that, it's the next best thing, right? So please join me with that, and let's continue our healing together in this beautiful cyberspace that we created on here, my Cyber Vibe tribe. So please uh, keep connected by subscribing to my channel and clicking that notification bell so that you know when I'm doing lives and stuff. And please make sure that you like the videos too. Oh yeah, I'm not live right now. I'm doing a video. Yes, I'm going to do a video. I'm finishing this video, and then I'm going to go live after that, because that's how they taught me how to do it on TikTok, and I actually think it works. So I'm going to be doing it here on YouTube. You're going to see me around here on YouTube more. If you're having trouble and you're having dark thoughts and stuff, do not minimize it. Go down to my description below to the 1-800 numbers for the suicide hotlines for Canada and the United States. If you're 24 or under, please go to the Trevor Project if you're having any trouble. Links down in the video description, and use their services. Half of anything I make on social media, I give to the Trevor Project, because, where was the Trevor Project when Tiggy and I was a kid, right? It's like in our dreams, in an acid trip, we'd be thinking that there'd be places like this to help each other on these journeys. So this is part of my journey that I'm sharing with you guys as usual, and I just want to do that more, and because I know our experiences will benefit others, and and I know there's a lot of us going through it right now, and this pandemic, and having this time we have to go inwards more, because you know, we can't, because of the pandemic, right? So introspection happens, and a lot of us are fighting it, but resistance is futile. I love you. See you next time. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and if you like this kind of babble, let me know, and then I will do more, and share with you on the journey. So deep peace, my friends. Bye. I'm gonna go live now. So yeah, if you have your notifications on, you'd see this. Okay. Bye. Take care. Big hugs. Now, how do I get out of here? May you have peace. May you have ease of well-being. May you have perfect health. Breathe. Breathe. Hi, from the west coast of Vancouver, of Canada. Vancouver Island.